Hey, it's Don the Art Professor. I was going to have a video up today on casting and making your own toy figure, but with the COPPA, the new guidelines coming into effect here, I haven't finished the video yet. I shot it all. I spent 2 hours of time recording it, and I just didn't put it together yet because I wasn't sure. Another channel that I watch and I converse with occasionally who does modeling and toys as well, when he went through his warning signals for COPPA that's built in there, he got flagged on a whole bunch of things making toys because it does appeal to children because they don't have to buy them, I guess is their point. Now, obviously, this channel is for making stuff to sell. I know the vast majority of people on here are folks that are from the Auction Professor, my other channel. My hopes were to show a bunch of toys and things like that because that's where I make a lot of money at doing this. Until they can settle or state which way this is going to go, I'm hesitant to put it up and, flag it as one way or the other. Even if I'm not making money on it, which obviously this channel doesn't make a dime, it's my time. I don't want to get flagged come January 1st when all this rolls out, because I know there's warnings already popping up on people's sites. I do know a couple other sites that have actually pulled content off the site and are looking into doing Patreon or something else too. So I don't know. I'm not going to scrap the footage. I may at the end of the day just throw it up on Patreon for those in Patreon. I'll show you a few minutes of it here at the end of this too. I was also going to go in and talk about another item in the next video, which is a toy-related one as well. Something that there's people that make a lot of money at, because again, this channel is for making money off of art and doing things artistic that can lead you to an income. So I'm just going to have to rethink what's going on with, what I do until I get some responses back. I know that there are channels, as I said, who have been flagged. So my content, obviously, on the Auction Professor, I don't have any flags, but they're looking at things like thumbnails, which I have action figures and toys in, comics and stuff along that line, anything that could be related to a kid. They even mentioned the word using cool and things like that, and freebies in a title is something that draws a child in. You didn't know there was an issue with, I think it's Ryan's Toys or something like that, a kid's channel that opens up toys and reviews them. There was some big lawsuit with Google and YouTube where they had to pay the biggest fine to the FTC ever, which was $170 million. And now they're policing the site. The FTC says that it will be the responsibility of the actual individual channel owners themselves to do the right thing and not put stuff up there. But again, we don't know what that means because there's no specifics on what is or isn't going to be allowed. It's a $42,000 fine, even if it's just a small video. Whatever it is, that's the fine if they decide to levy it on somebody. So anyway, I'm not going to go that route yet. We're going to see what plays out in the next week or so, because again, I have talked to some folks who have sought outside help on deciding on what's what. And there are some people who actually contacted the FTC and have gotten responses. So I'm just going to wait that out for another week or so and see what happens with this. But we'll pop over and I'll show you just a few minutes worth of the video of me making the mold. We've already cast it. I know it works. So anyway, I'll probably maybe finish the video and decide from there. So anyway, off we go. I was also going to talk a little bit about making your own toys and just showing some of the values as well. This is just one person here. Now, you can look up Pink Kermit if you want to see who this is or anything along that line. But this one sold for $949 US. It is a honest and faithful rendition of Kermit just in pink. It's a one-of-a-kind, so it's made one at a time by somebody. This is an artistic piece. This is just another example of something else you can do. But again, this falls into the toy line, or the COPPA could affect me talking about this. Surely could affect me posting an image of something like this that would be deemed a toy that a kid would be appealed to, because it states the thumbnails themselves will affect possibly, what is determined to be a child's thing. And again, if it's talking about making something, a child might want to make something that's a toy again because it's easier to buy it in their mind maybe. But anyway, that's just another touch on things that I was going to discuss. Okay, so today we're going to do this dude right here. We're going to use hot glue gun. We're going to cut some cardboard up. We're going to use some clay. Now this is some old wed clay, Walter Elias Disney clay. This is used to make like maquettes, and they use it a lot around here to do car mock-ups. Chavant clay, it's basically the same thing. This is an oil-based clay, and why it's important that it's oil-based is that it won't harden. I've used the kind that does harden, which is another one that Disney has used in the past. And if you cast a copy of it, it's going to crack before you can get it out of there. You may get a mold out of it, but you won't have the original anymore. So I've always used this for the last, say, 5 or 6 years. Comes in big blocks, and I have many different kinds of it. I buy this like at 25 pounds at a time because it's a lot cheaper, and I can get it locally because it's Detroit's right here. So we're going to make a box. We're going to glue this down to the box. We're going to pack some clay on it because we're going to make a 2-part mold out of this. In fact, we need to clean this up just a hair. I'm going to glue it right onto the clay. Now here it is once it's in the box. We're going to fill this part up with rubber molding compound. We'll get out in just a second here. The point of this is here that we've put it all around to make a dividing point so we can pull him out once we've cast him. And this way, too, the way I've built it, that way I can add air holes so that there aren't going to be any spots that the resin won't seep into. So that's what I do with this. So here we are. We have the molding compound here. Now, this is just something that was on sale. I thought I would give it a try. I usually use Smooth On or Raw Materials, the two companies. So with this, we use 10 parts of the silicone rubber, this stuff in this gallon jug here, and 1 part of this. So we mix 10 parts of the rubber to 1 part of the catalyst by weight. So we're going to guesstimate how much we need to put into our mold, as you see here. Well, there you are. Hopefully that gave you a little bit of thought on this. Again, I'll be deciding on what to do with the video. I know it's a small channel, this one here. It doesn't mean much at all, but the point is I just don't want to risk it because I do have my other channel. And the other channel, I've got close to 16,000 subscribers, and I don't want to have any issues on YouTube in general. But that's what I have for you. Hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell a friend.